Greetings, my name is Nancy Smith Mattox, and I'm so happy to be with you today. An old proverb says, experience is the best teacher. I'm going to teach you today that your experiences are invaluable, makes you worthy, and that there is life after the 9 to 5. I'm a retired credit union CEO who grew a credit union in Jacksonville, Florida to over 25,000 members and $150 million in assets, all helping the members realize their financial dreams. The quote by my mentor and coach, Dr. Reuben West, "Big dreams equal big faith," was the catalyst of my success as a credit union CEO, as well as my continued success as a business owner, motivational speaker, and published author. After 25 years of working and creating a very successful financial institution and credit union, I retired. My question was, what now? Little did I understand and realize that my experiences and my skills that I used to grow the credit union were so valuable, thereby making me more valuable. I want to share with you today that there is life after 9 to 5 by utilizing your lifetime and career experiences to help people realize their worth and help you realize your worth. Voltaire says, "Is there anyone so wise as to learn from the experiences of others?" This quote is so appropriate for today because what I want to do is let you know that your experiences are very, very important to your future, whether you leave your 9 to 5 at retirement age or whether you leave before to go into business and become an entrepreneur, which is what I hope you will do. I've published a book called The Art of Marketing, in which I outline my 25 years of growing the credit union to 150 million and 25,000 members. I outline in there the marketing skills and the marketing tactics that we used to grow the credit union. I always kept my heart in the game. My passion never waned. Cindy Valentine says, "It's about heart and passion. It's about who wants it more." I definitely wanted it more. I was in a competitive world, a woman in a competitive world, and I meant to take it all to be the very best I could be and to make our credit union the very best it could be for our members or our customers. It all began in the heart of America, God's country, the Appalachian Mountains in Elizabethton, Tennessee, where I was born on April the 30th, 1953. As I grew up, my grandparents always talked to me about the golden rule. I always wanted to do unto others as they would do unto me, as I wanted them to do unto me. I just grew up that way. It taught me that I love people and that people love me if I keep my heart in the game. My father moved our family to Jacksonville, Florida, where he and my mother went to work at the cigar factory called John H. Swisher & Son. I had a lot of funny stories about my growing up with my father and my mother working at the cigar factory. I even had my first job at the cigar factory. Very interesting stories, but the one that stuck with me the most was that the company credit union helped its employees to live their life and to realize their financial dreams. At a very young and very mature 5-year-old, I always went with my parents to the credit union. Well, that's what started me on my love affair with credit unions. People helping people. Therefore, I was able to learn more and use my people skills, which was a lot of people skills, to continue to help people. My life's mission and commitment was to help people. I did that by the credit union. I did that by working for the credit union, creating the credit union, and being the face of the credit union as the CEO. Now I want to stretch back a little bit and share some things about the credit union and what the things that we did that you can use to propel your business. This is where the experiences come in. This is where you take my experiences of growing the credit union to use in your small businesses, your journey, your mission, what you want to do. In the 80s, we had annual meetings. They were annual shareholder meetings for the members. We always had 5 annual meetings in the month of January and February, and went to 5 different cities where we had a predominance of members in those cities. As the face of the credit union, as the CEO of the credit union, of course I had to organize all those meetings and lead all of those meetings. And one thing I can tell you from my experiences, and when you can get 500 or 600 people in a room and you're the face of your business, you want to talk to each one of them. I've heard all along that in order to talk to a crowd, you need to talk to the crowd before the meeting. You need to get to know who you're talking to. You need to use this experience to know that you need to associate with who's in the crowd. I did that every year at meetings, 5 different meetings that had over 500 or 600 people at each meeting. I actually spoke to each person that was at those meetings. Did it take a long time? Yes. Did it serve me well? Yes. Did it serve the credit union well? Yes. So please use that experience of when you have meetings or any type of meeting, be sure that you do what's called work the crowd. Go around and speak to them. Be bright and shiny and shake their hands and be the wonderful person that you are, and use those experiences and those people skills. Also at the credit union, we used what was called guerrilla marketing. And this was in the 80s and the 90s when guerrilla marketing was just becoming known. Guerrilla marketing is kind of in-your-face marketing. It's where you go to the people and you are obnoxiously happy and ready to sell your products and services to them. You go to them wherever they meet. We actually, in credit unions, we actually were responsible for going out to the companies and trying to get them to allow their employees to make our credit union their financial of choice. And with that, there were a lot of perks like payroll deduction. So when I would do that, when I was in guerrilla marketing mode, I would actually cold call company CEOs and tell them who I was and set up a meeting. One of my first meetings that I had was with the CSX, which is a railroad, the Chessie and the Seaboard combined in the South and the North. The CSX Corporation, I made an appointment with the president of the railroad. And as usual, God made it happen. God allowed me to get the appointment, and I had an appointment with the president. So I was very, very nervous, as you might expect, to go in and present my credit union to the CSX Railroad and try to be the credit union of choice of the railroad. So I went into my meeting and usually very, very confident, usually overconfident. But this time I was a little nervous, but I was praying that he wouldn't be able to see that. So what we did, we sat down, and of course his administrative assistant came in and offered us coffee, and I'm like, he got coffee, so I got coffee. We were sitting at the desk. He was behind the desk. I was in front of the desk, typical. And I spilt my coffee all over his desk, all over his papers. It was all I could do to stop from crying. I was so upset, so embarrassed. But what I found is he was a human being too, as most CEOs are. They are human beings. When they allow you an appointment, you know that they want to hear what you have to say. He got up from his desk and came around and sat in front of the desk in a side chair beside me, and he said, "Please, Miss Nancy, don't worry about spilling the coffee. There's nothing on my desk that can't be republished or reconstructed, so don't worry about that. And let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story about what I did in my job interview for the president of this company. I spilled my coffee on the interviewer's desk. I was given the most confidence I had ever been given, meeting with such an important person. And all of that is to say, is if you use guerrilla marketing and you have the courage to make your appointments, if you ask for the appointments, they will give them to you. They prefer face-to-face, but with technology like it is today, you can do all kinds of Skype and things like that to get your point across. But always remember that who you're meeting with is a person. He's a God-made human person, and he or she may have the same apprehension and the same fear that you do. After all, they've got major decisions to make too. But that man really jump-started my career at the credit union, and jump-started, and what it did was it fed me to know that I can go anywhere and meet with anyone, and that's exactly what I did. That's how I grew the credit union, by getting in people's faces and letting them know that we were the best. We were the ones that their employees needed to do business with. We also had lots of promotions at the credit union while I was there. We had one promotion one time in 1988 that was called Old Fashioned Days. This was in Florida in the heat of the summer in July, probably 110 degrees, and we decided to have it on the asphalt parking lot of the railroad. Now, it was awesome. We rented big fans and put the fans out there, but it just wasn't enough. We cooked over 3,000 hot dogs and served over 3,000 sodas to the group and the community that was there in that area. We actually cooked those hot dogs and served them. It was not catered. The credit union staff did that. But if you can know how much publicity, how much good that brought to our credit union, word spread like wildfire. Those 3,000 people that attended that told 3,000 more people. And all of a sudden, our credit union started taking off. It was the late 80s, and it really started to grow and double in size and everything else. So what's important to that is to know that you do need to have promotions. You need to promote your business. Your business is either you or the business entity or the products and services that you're offering. But always, always promote your business. Also at the credit union, we had a mantra that we use called high touch and high tech. As we continued to grow, we had to put in high tech. We couldn't handle the volume of the work without technology. Therefore, we bought the most sophisticated data processing system that there was in those days to process this work. We always kept it high touch, and I'll give you a good example of that. Old-fashioned, as corny as it may sound, we actually answered our phones up until year 2000. Now, we had thousands of calls coming in. We had 3 receptionists that answered the phones. But we always wanted to greet our customers and our clients and our members with a high touch. In order to do that, we had to answer our phones. Now, after we answered the phones and found out where they wanted to go, then we put them in high tech and put them in call queues and using an automated attendant, and they had to wait whether they wanted to go to the call center or go to a lending office or whatever it was. But we always tried to keep the high touch and the high tech, because that's one thing that made us so successful and made our members love us. We also had planning sessions. The board of directors had annual planning sessions where they planned. I always thought that if we were failing to plan is planning to fail. That really is something that really is true. If you have any type of business, you want to plan, you want to create your goals, you want to create your marketing plan of how you're going to obtain those goals. You want to always do that. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Now, Napoleon Hill said, plan your work and work your plan. And that's what this does for you. What gets measured gets done. So please take this vital experience of the planning sessions that we had, and trust me, they don't always have to be stuffy planning sessions. We planned wacky planning sessions, okay? We would have cookouts at our planning sessions. All the board of directors were there. All the staff was there. We would play games at our planning sessions. One year on Easter, we had planning sessions the week before Easter. We actually planned a big Easter egg hunt at our planning session. What that did was build the teamwork and let the board of directors know that our staff was ready to go. They were fired up. They were ready to go. And whatever plans that the board of directors put in place was what we always followed. It was our game plan. It was what we did, and we meant to make it happen at all costs. In 1991, we actually, our main branch was in Jacksonville, Florida, which is where the railroad was. We actually branched out to Baltimore, Maryland. Built a huge branch in Baltimore, Maryland, because the railroad was in the time in the 90s of paring down, trying to become more efficient, and they had the idea that they would move their home office to Baltimore, Maryland. Well, when they decided to do that, that went thousands of our members to Baltimore, Maryland. So we had the game plan and the plan to open a branch in Baltimore, Maryland, and we did that. For such a small credit union, which was not small in credit union world, that was unheard of for credit unions to go across state lines and open branches. But we were one of the first credit unions in the state of Florida to do that. Was it a challenge? Yes. But you know me, as listening to me, nothing is a challenge to me if it's going to lead me to help my members and my customers. That's what I'm trying to let you know today. Use what you've learned and your experiences to continue to grow your own self, to grow your own business. We also, in 1997, built a signature branch in Jacksonville, Florida, a $3 million project. That was just about enough to make me tear my hair out, but we did get it done. It's a beautiful signature branch, 34,000 square feet, $3 million project. And all that did was bolster our credit union to put us getting ready for the 21st century in order to grow the credit union and to make our members proud. When we built that building, that signature branch, we actually doubled in size in 4 years. Thereby, that's when things started taking off our credit union. We were a presence. We were there. Our members were proud of us. We were everywhere. We were all up and down the Eastern Seaboard doing our guerrilla marketing. But the signature branch was the icing on the cake for us. And all of that is to say is that even with your humble beginnings, as you start your career and as you go through your career, your 9 to 5, always think big, dream big, and have the faith, have a big faith, and dream big, because it can happen if you work for it and if you continue to keep your heart right and your passion right. There's a few points that I want to make today that will help all of you all. I'm so excited to let you know this, and this all comes from my experience of growing the credit union. We will change the lives of our customers by offering stellar products and services. Relationships are so important, especially in this day and time. With financial institutions being on every corner, it was very important to us in our time too. We always had to have the best products and the best services and have the best people promoting those services in order to get our customers to want to do business with us. If you continue to treat people as you want to be treated, if you continue to have a heart and a passion for helping people, you will be surprised. And you will look around one day and you will see what has happened because of what you've done, because you wanted to change lives and help people. Another one is offer your potential clients dreams. What I found is, and one of my early days at the credit union, is that we offered financial dreams to come true. In other words, if you wanted a boat and that was your dream to have a boat, the credit union could make that happen one way or the other. So when you hone into other people's dreams, you also hone into their faith, because people that have big dreams have big faith. So when you hone into their dreams, you're really allowing yourself, whatever you offer, whatever product, service, yourself, whatever you're offering, motivational speaking, helping people, publishing your book, whatever it is that you're doing, if you try to hone into your audience's dreams, you will be a hit. You will have more success than you can ever imagine with your businesses, your book sales, your speaking engagements. But you must work to learn the potential dreams of your clients. You have to know that, because that's where it all ends. When you're trying to help people, They actually want you to help them realize their dreams. What we think about, we bring about. This saying is so important. It's unbelievable to me. I believe this with all my heart, that what we think about, we bring about. It's so true. A positive mental attitude is so important to all of us and to all of our businesses and all of our promotions and everything that we do. It is the key. So let me tell you a true story. This is the story about my son. My son was a scratch golfer in high school, got a golf scholarship to a university in Arkansas. We lived in Florida. And one thing that we always taught our son was PMA, a positive mental attitude. We never wanted him to linger on the last shot. We wanted him to think about the next shot. This helped him through everything that he ever did in his life, including his golf, which is what he got a scholarship to school for. He always put PMA on his golf balls. He always put PMA on his hat. He put it visibly on his golf bag where he could see it in order to always have a positive mental attitude and have it in his face. In closing, I'd just like to let you know that I'm so excited. I hope I've shared enough with you for you to start growing your business, start learning the art of marketing to promote yourself, your business, your mission, whatever it is you're trying to promote. And I'm so excited that I've been able to share this with you. I have one more thing to say to you. When people ask me what I do, I say whatever it takes. And I mean that literally. Whatever it takes to succeed is what you have to do. So thank you so much again. I've so enjoyed being with you.